Introduction to etiquette. Etiquette refers to the customary code of polite behavior in society or among members of a particular profession or group. It encompasses a set of unwritten rules that govern how people interact with each other, promoting respect, consideration, and harmony. Understanding etiquette is crucial for effective communication and building positive relationships in both personal and professional spheres. It is not merely about following rigid rules, but about demonstrating thoughtfulness and empathy towards others. Good etiquette helps to create a comfortable and welcoming environment for everyone involved. It reflects an individual's character and their respect for social norms. Ultimately, mastering etiquette contributes significantly to personal and social success. The origins of etiquette can be traced back to ancient civilizations, where formal codes of conduct were established to maintain social order and hierarchy. Over centuries, these customs evolved, adapting to changing societal values and cultural contexts. While some traditional rules may seem outdated, the underlying principles of respect and consideration remain timeless. Modern etiquette integrates these enduring values with contemporary social dynamics, emphasizing inclusivity and adaptability. It is a dynamic concept, continually refined by cultural shifts and technological advancements. Therefore, continuous learning and observation are essential for staying abreast of current etiquette standards. This course will explore both the historical roots and modern applications of proper conduct. Importance of etiquette. Etiquette plays a vital role in fostering positive impressions and building strong relationships. When individuals exhibit good manners, they convey respect and professionalism, which can open doors to new opportunities and collaborations. It helps to avoid misunderstandings and awkward situations, ensuring smoother interactions in various settings. A person with refined etiquette is often perceived as more credible and trustworthy, enhancing their personal and professional reputation. This can lead to greater success in career advancement, social engagements, and community involvement. It also contributes to a sense of order and predictability in social interactions, making everyone feel more comfortable. Ultimately, etiquette is a powerful tool for navigating the complexities of human society with grace and confidence. Beyond individual benefits, etiquette contributes to a more civil and respectful society as a whole. It sets a standard for acceptable behavior, promoting empathy and consideration among people from diverse backgrounds. When everyone adheres to a common code of conduct, it minimizes conflict and encourages cooperation. This shared understanding of appropriate behavior strengthens social bonds and creates a more pleasant environment for everyone. It helps to bridge cultural divides by providing a framework for respectful interaction, even when customs differ. By practicing good etiquette, individuals contribute to a collective culture of kindness and mutual respect. This collective effort elevates the quality of social life and fosters a sense of community. Foundational principles of etiquette. At the core of all etiquette lies the principle of respect. This means acknowledging the inherent worth and dignity of every individual, regardless of their background or position. Showing respect involves listening attentively, speaking courteously, and valuing others' opinions. It also extends to respecting personal space, time, and property. Consideration is another fundamental principle, requiring individuals to think about the impact of their actions and words on others. This involves anticipating needs, offering assistance, and avoiding behaviors that might cause discomfort or offense. Being considerate demonstrates empathy and a genuine concern for the well-being of those around you. These two principles form the bedrock upon which all specific rules of etiquette are built. Honesty and integrity are equally crucial foundational principles. Being honest means communicating truthfully and transparently, while integrity involves acting in accordance with one's moral values and principles. These qualities build trust and reliability in relationships, which are essential for any meaningful interaction. Accountability is also important, meaning taking responsibility for one's actions and their consequences. This includes apologizing when necessary and making amends for mistakes. Finally, humility encourages individuals to be modest and open to learning, recognizing that no one is perfect. These principles collectively guide individuals towards ethical and respectful conduct, fostering genuine connections and a positive social environment. Everyday social etiquette. Everyday social etiquette encompasses the basic courtesies that facilitate smooth and pleasant interactions in daily life. Simple gestures like saying please and thank you demonstrate appreciation and respect for others. Holding doors open, offering a seat to someone in need, or giving a genuine compliment are small acts that can significantly brighten someone's day. These actions create a positive ripple effect, encouraging others to reciprocate kindness. Being mindful of your surroundings and avoiding disruptive behavior in public spaces is also a key aspect. It's about contributing to a comfortable atmosphere for everyone, not just yourself. These seemingly minor details collectively build a foundation of civility in society. Practicing these courtesies consistently reflects a well-mannered individual. Maintaining appropriate personal space is another crucial element of everyday social etiquette. Respecting boundaries, both physical and emotional, is essential for comfortable interactions. Avoiding interruptions during conversations allows others to express themselves fully and shows that you value their input. Offering sincere apologies when you've made a mistake demonstrates humility and a willingness to take responsibility. Conversely, accepting apologies gracefully helps to mend relationships and move forward. These practices contribute to a culture of mutual respect and understanding. They are not rigid rules, but flexible guidelines that adapt to different social contexts. Developing these habits makes social interactions more enjoyable and less stressful for everyone involved. Greetings and introductions. Proper greetings and introductions are the first steps in establishing a positive connection with others. A firm handshake, accompanied by direct eye contact and a genuine smile, conveys confidence and warmth. When introducing two people, always state the name of the person you wish to honor first, followed by the name of the other person. For instance, Mr. Johnson, I'd like you to meet Miss Lee. Provide a brief context about each person to facilitate conversation, such as their profession or a shared interest. This helps to break the ice and gives them a starting point for discussion. Remember to speak clearly and confidently when making introductions. A well-executed introduction sets a positive tone for any subsequent interaction. When being introduced, acknowledge the introduction with a polite phrase like, "It's a pleasure to meet you," or "How do you do?" Repeat the person's name to help you remember it and show that you were paying attention. If you forget someone's name, it's better to politely ask them to repeat it than to guess or avoid using their name altogether. In more formal settings, titles and last names are appropriate, while first names are suitable for casual encounters. Always stand up when being introduced to someone, especially an elder or someone in a position of authority, as a sign of respect. These small details demonstrate your attentiveness and good manners. Conversation skills. Engaging in polite and effective conversation is an art that enhances social interactions. Begin by finding common ground or topics that are generally agreeable and non-controversial, such as current events, hobbies, or travel experiences. Avoid sensitive subjects like politics, religion, or personal finances, especially with new acquaintances. Ask open-ended questions to encourage detailed responses and keep the conversation flowing naturally. This shows genuine interest in the other person's thoughts and experiences. Be mindful of turn-taking, allowing others ample opportunity to speak without interruption. A balanced conversation involves both speaking and listening, creating a dynamic exchange of ideas. Practice makes perfect in developing these essential skills. Active listening is paramount in good conversation. It involves fully concentrating on what the other person is saying, both verbally and non-verbally, rather than just waiting for your turn to speak. Show you are engaged by nodding, making appropriate eye contact, and offering verbal affirmations like, "I see," or "That's interesting." Avoid monopolizing the conversation. Ensure there's a fair exchange of ideas and perspectives. If you need to steer the conversation away from an uncomfortable topic, do so gracefully and subtly. Conclude conversations politely, perhaps by expressing enjoyment of the discussion or looking forward to future interactions. These techniques foster deeper connections and more meaningful exchanges. Active listening. Active listening is a critical component of effective communication and good etiquette. It involves giving your full attention to the speaker, not just hearing their words, but also understanding their underlying message and emotions. This means putting aside distractions, both internal and external, and focusing entirely on the person speaking. Maintain appropriate eye contact to show engagement, but avoid staring, which can be uncomfortable. Nodding occasionally and offering encouraging verbal cues like "mm-hmm" or "I understand" signals that you are following along. Avoid formulating your response while the other person is still speaking. Instead, concentrate on absorbing their message completely. This practice demonstrates respect and builds trust. To truly practice active listening, paraphrase what the speaker has said in your own words to confirm understanding. For example, "So, if I understand correctly, you're saying this." This not only clarifies the message for you, but also assures the speaker that they have been heard. Ask clarifying questions if something is unclear, but do so respectfully and without interrupting. Pay attention to nonverbal cues, such as body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice, as these often convey as much information as the spoken words. By mastering active listening, you enhance your ability to connect with others on a deeper level, fostering stronger relationships and preventing misunderstandings. It is a cornerstone of respectful interaction. Digital etiquette basics. Digital etiquette, often called netiquette, refers to the set of rules for polite and appropriate behavior when communicating online. As technology becomes increasingly integrated into our lives, understanding these guidelines is essential for maintaining professionalism and respect in virtual interactions. The core principles of traditional etiquette, such as respect, consideration, and clarity, apply equally to the digital realm. It's important to remember that behind every screen is a real person, and your online actions have real-world consequences. Always think before you type or post, considering how your message might be perceived by others. This mindful approach helps prevent misunderstandings and maintains a positive online presence. Adhering to digital etiquette fosters a more civil and productive online environment for everyone. One fundamental rule of digital etiquette is to be concise and clear in your communications. Long, rambling messages can be difficult to read and understand, especially on mobile devices. Use proper grammar and spelling to convey professionalism and respect for your audience. Avoid using all caps, which is often perceived as shouting, and be judicious with emojis and exclamation points in formal contexts. Respect privacy by not sharing personal information about others without their consent. Be patient when awaiting responses, understanding that people have different schedules and priorities. These basic practices contribute significantly to effective and respectful digital communication, ensuring your messages are well received and understood. Email etiquette. Email remains a primary mode of professional communication, making proper email etiquette essential. Always use a clear and concise subject line that accurately reflects the email's content. This helps recipients quickly understand the purpose of your message and prioritize their responses. Start with a polite greeting, such as "Dear name" or "Hello name," appropriate for the context and your relationship with the recipient. Maintain a professional tone throughout the email, even in informal workplaces. Avoid slang, excessive abbreviations, and emojis in formal communications. Proofread your email carefully for any grammatical errors or typos before sending it, as mistakes can undermine your credibility. A well-crafted email reflects attention to detail and respect for the recipient's time. Keep your email messages concise and to the point, addressing only one main topic per email if possible. If you need to discuss multiple subjects, consider using bullet points or numbered lists for clarity. End your email with a professional closing, such as "Sincerely, regards," or "Best regards," followed by your full name and contact information. Be mindful of when to reply all, using it only when your response is relevant to everyone on the original thread. Avoid sending large attachments without prior warning, as they can clog inboxes. Respond to emails in a timely manner, ideally within 24 to 48 hours, to show responsiveness and respect. These practices ensure effective and professional email communication. Social media conduct. Social media platforms are powerful tools for connection and information sharing, but they demand careful adherence to etiquette. Always consider your audience and the potential impact of your posts before sharing anything online. What might be acceptable among close friends could be inappropriate in a broader public forum. Avoid posting inflammatory, offensive, or overly personal content that could damage your reputation or cause distress to others. Remember that once something is posted online, it can be difficult, if not impossible, to fully remove it. The internet has a long memory. Be mindful of privacy settings and respect the privacy of others by not sharing their personal information or images without consent. Your online persona should reflect your best self. Engage respectfully in online discussions, even when you disagree with others. Focus on constructive dialogue rather than personal attacks or aggressive arguments. Avoid spreading misinformation or rumors. Always verify facts before sharing content. Give credit where credit is due by citing sources or tagging original creators when sharing their work. Be cautious about oversharing personal details, as this can make you vulnerable to various risks. Take breaks from social media if you find yourself becoming overly critical or negative. By practicing responsible social media conduct, you contribute to a more positive and respectful online community, enhancing your digital footprint and maintaining healthy relationships. Phone etiquette. Effective phone etiquette is crucial for both personal and professional interactions. When making a call, always identify yourself clearly and state the purpose of your call upfront. This shows respect for the other person's time and helps them prepare for the conversation. Be mindful of the time of day when calling, avoiding very early mornings or late evenings unless it's an emergency. If you reach voicemail, leave a concise message with your name, number, and a brief reason for your call. Speak clearly and at a moderate pace, ensuring your voice is audible and understandable. Avoid eating or chewing gum while on the phone, as it can be distracting and unprofessional. These simple practices enhance the quality of your phone communications. When receiving a call, answer promptly and professionally, identifying yourself if it's a business call. If you need to put someone on hold, always ask for their permission first and thank them for waiting. Be mindful of your surroundings. Avoid taking calls in noisy environments where background distractions can make it difficult to hear or concentrate. If you must take a call in public, speak softly to avoid disturbing others. Keep personal calls brief in a professional setting. Avoid using your phone during meetings, social gatherings, or while engaging in face-to-face conversations, as it signals disrespect. Prioritize the people physically present with you. These guidelines ensure respectful and efficient phone interactions. Dining etiquette. General principles. Dining etiquette is a crucial aspect of social grace, reflecting respect for your hosts, fellow diners, and the food itself. Arrive on time or a few minutes early for any dinner invitation. If you anticipate being late, inform your host as soon as possible. Wait for your host to indicate where you should sit, and do not begin eating until everyone at your table has been served or until the host signals it's appropriate. Place your napkin on your lap as soon as you sit down. Chew with your mouth closed and avoid talking with food in your mouth. These fundamental practices demonstrate consideration and good manners at the table, setting a pleasant tone for the meal. They are universal indicators of refinement. Be mindful of your posture at the table. Sit up straight and keep your elbows off the table, especially when eating. Pass food items to your right, offering them to others before serving yourself. If you need something out of reach, politely ask someone to pass it to you rather than stretching across the table. Avoid making loud noises while eating or drinking. If you need to excuse yourself from the table, say "excuse me" and place your napkin on your chair, not on the table. Offer to help your host clear the table or wash dishes after the meal. Though they may decline, these gestures show appreciation and thoughtfulness. Good dining etiquette enhances the enjoyment of any meal. Table settings. Understanding table settings is key to navigating formal and informal meals with confidence. Generally, forks are placed to the left of the plate, knives to the right with the blade facing the plate, and spoons to the right of the knives. The rule of thumb is to work from the outside in for utensils. Use the outermost fork for the appetizer, then move inwards for subsequent courses. Glasses are placed above the knife, with the water glass closest to the plate, followed by wine glasses. Bread plates are positioned to the upper left of the main plate, with the butter knife resting across the top of the plate. Napkins can be placed on the plate or to the left of the forks. This systematic arrangement helps diners anticipate the meal's progression. Dessert utensils, typically a small fork and spoon, are often placed horizontally above the main plate. In very formal settings, these may be brought out with the dessert course. It's important not to touch or rearrange other people's place settings. If you are unsure which utensil to use, observe your host or other experienced diners and discreetly follow their lead. Avoid using your fingers for food that clearly requires a utensil, unless it's a designated finger food. Knowing the proper table setting not only prevents awkwardness, but also demonstrates your knowledge of dining customs. This attention to detail contributes to a polished dining experience, making you a more comfortable and gracious guest. Utensil usage. Mastering utensil usage is fundamental to refined dining. As a general rule, start with the outermost utensil for each course and work your way inward towards the plate. For example, the small fork on the far left is typically for salad or appetizer, while the larger one next to the plate is for the main course. Hold your fork in your left hand and your knife in your right hand when cutting food, using your index finger to guide the blade. After cutting, you can either switch the fork to your right hand to eat, American style, or continue to eat with the fork in your left hand, continental style. Always cut only 1 or 2 bite-sized pieces of food at a time. This prevents you from having to constantly saw at your meal and allows for more graceful eating. When you pause during eating, rest your knife and fork on your plate in an A shape, with the fork tines down and the knife blade facing inward. This signals to the server that you are not finished. When you are completely finished with your meal, place your knife and fork together, parallel to each other, across the center of your plate, or at the 4 o'clock position. This signals that your plate can be cleared. Avoid gesturing with your utensils or holding them like a spear. Never use your own utensils to serve yourself from a communal dish. Always use the serving utensils provided. Proper utensil etiquette ensures a clean and elegant dining experience for everyone at the table. Napkin etiquette. Napkin etiquette is a subtle yet significant part of dining manners. As soon as you sit down at the table, unfold your napkin and place it on your lap. If it's a large dinner napkin, unfold it halfway. A smaller luncheon napkin can be fully unfolded. The napkin should remain on your lap throughout the meal, serving its purpose to blot your mouth, not wipe it vigorously. Use the inside fold of the napkin to dab your mouth gently before and after drinking, and before speaking to ensure no food particles are visible. This prevents smudges on your glass and keeps your appearance tidy. Avoid using your napkin as a handkerchief or for wiping spills on the table, which is the server's responsibility. Your napkin is for personal use only. If you need to excuse yourself from the table during the meal, loosely fold your napkin and place it on your chair, not on the table. This signals to the server that you intend to return. When the meal is completely finished and you are ready to leave the table, loosely fold your napkin and place it to the left of your plate. Do not refold it neatly as if it were unused, nor should you crumple it up. The placement indicates that you have finished dining. If your napkin accidentally falls to the floor, do not retrieve it yourself. Politely ask a server for a fresh one. These small details collectively contribute to a polished and respectful dining experience, demonstrating your awareness of proper dining customs. Business etiquette, workplace conduct. Workplace etiquette is essential for fostering a productive, respectful, and harmonious professional environment. Always arrive on time for work and meetings, demonstrating punctuality and commitment. Dress appropriately for your industry and company culture. Your attire should convey professionalism and respect for your colleagues and clients. Maintain a positive attitude and be a team player, offering assistance to colleagues when appropriate. Respect company property and resources, using them responsibly and efficiently. Be mindful of noise levels in open-plan offices, keeping conversations and phone calls discreet. These practices contribute to a professional image and a positive work atmosphere, enhancing overall productivity and morale. Professional communication is paramount in the workplace. Use clear, concise, and respectful language in all interactions, whether in person, via email, or on the phone. Avoid gossip, rumors, and negative talk about colleagues or the company, as this can create a toxic environment. Respect deadlines and commitments, communicating proactively if you foresee any delays. Be open to constructive feedback and offer it respectfully when necessary. Maintain confidentiality regarding sensitive company information and client data. Always be accountable for your actions and take responsibility for your mistakes. Adhering to these principles builds trust, strengthens professional relationships, and contributes to a successful career trajectory within any organization. Professional dress code. Adhering to a professional dress code is a key aspect of business etiquette, conveying professionalism, respect, and credibility. The appropriate attire can vary significantly depending on your industry, company culture, and the specific occasion. Generally, business formal attire includes suits for men and women, while business casual might involve blazers, dress shirts, slacks, or skirts. Always aim for a neat, clean, and well-maintained appearance. Clothes should be wrinkle-free, shoes polished, and hair neatly styled. Avoid overly revealing or distracting clothing, strong perfumes, and excessive jewelry. Your appearance should enhance your professional image, not detract from it. When in doubt, it's always better to be slightly overdressed than underdressed, especially for important meetings or client interactions. Understanding your company's specific dress code guidelines is crucial. Some workplaces have very strict policies, while others are more relaxed. If no explicit guidelines are provided, observe what senior colleagues or management wear and follow their lead. Consider the message your clothing sends. It should reflect competence and attention to detail. For virtual meetings, remember that your upper body will be visible, so ensure your top half is professionally dressed. Good grooming, including clean nails and subtle makeup if desired, completes a polished look. Investing in a few versatile, high-quality pieces can help you build a professional wardrobe that is both appropriate and stylish. A well-chosen outfit boosts confidence and reinforces your professional standing. Meeting etiquette. Effective meeting etiquette ensures productive discussions and respectful use of everyone's time. Arrive punctually or even a few minutes early to settle in before the meeting officially begins. If you are running late, send a brief apology message to the organizer. Come prepared by reviewing the agenda and any pre-read materials, and bring necessary notes or documents. Silence your mobile phone or put it on vibrate to avoid disruptions. Avoid side conversations or distractions during the meeting, giving your full attention to the speaker and the discussion. These practices demonstrate respect for your colleagues and the meeting's purpose. Being prepared and present contributes significantly to the meeting's success. Actively participate in the discussion by offering relevant insights and asking thoughtful questions, but avoid dominating the conversation. Listen respectfully to others' viewpoints, even if you disagree, and avoid interrupting. If you need to challenge an idea, do so constructively and professionally, focusing on the idea itself rather than the person. Keep your contributions concise and to the point. If you are leading the meeting, ensure it starts and ends on time, and facilitate a balanced discussion. Follow up on any action items assigned to you promptly after the meeting. Adhering to these guidelines creates a more efficient, inclusive, and respectful meeting environment for all participants, fostering better decision-making and collaboration. Networking etiquette. Networking is a vital skill for career growth, and proper etiquette ensures you make a positive and lasting impression. Always approach networking events with a clear objective, whether it's to learn, connect, or seek opportunities. Dress professionally and appropriately for the event, as your appearance is your first impression. When introducing yourself, offer a firm handshake, make eye contact, and clearly state your name and a brief, engaging summary of what you do or what brings you to the event. This elevator pitch should be concise and memorable. Listen more than you speak, showing genuine interest in the other person's background and insights. Avoid immediately trying to sell your services or ask for favors. Focus on building rapport first. The goal is to establish mutually beneficial relationships. Follow up promptly after a networking event, ideally within 24 to 48 hours, with a personalized email or LinkedIn message. Reference something specific you discussed to refresh their memory and show you were listening. Offer to help them if you can, demonstrating a reciprocal approach to networking. Avoid collecting business cards just for the sake of it. Focus on quality connections over quantity. Be mindful of your time and others' time. Don't monopolize a conversation, allowing others to circulate and meet new people. If you promise to send information or make an introduction, always follow through. Good networking etiquette is about cultivating authentic relationships based on mutual respect and value, rather than simply transactional exchanges. It's a continuous process of building and nurturing connections. Cross-cultural etiquette. Cross-cultural etiquette is vital in our increasingly globalized world, enabling respectful and effective interactions across diverse backgrounds. It involves understanding and appreciating the customs, values, and communication styles of different cultures. What is considered polite in one culture might be offensive in another, so a flexible and open-minded approach is essential. Search the cultural norms of the country or region you are visiting or interacting with beforehand. Pay attention to greetings, personal space, gestures, and dining customs. For example, direct eye contact is a sign of respect in some cultures, but can be seen as aggressive in others. Being aware of these nuances helps prevent misunderstandings and fosters stronger international relationships. Nonverbal communication varies significantly across cultures. Hand gestures, facial expressions, and body language can carry different meanings, so observe and adapt. When in doubt, err on the side of formality and politeness. Always be patient and understanding, recognizing that cultural differences can sometimes lead to misinterpretations. Apologize sincerely if you inadvertently cause offense, showing your willingness to learn and adapt. Respect local customs regarding dress, religious practices, and social hierarchies. Avoid making assumptions or generalizations about entire cultures. By demonstrating cultural sensitivity and a genuine desire to understand, you build bridges and foster positive cross-cultural exchanges, enriching your personal and professional life. This respectful approach is key to global harmony. International travel etiquette. International travel etiquette is crucial for being a respectful and responsible global citizen. Before traveling, research the local customs, laws, and social norms of your destination. This includes understanding appropriate dress codes, particularly when visiting religious sites, and common greeting rituals. Learn a few basic phrases in the local language, such as hello, please, and thank you, as this shows respect and can greatly enhance your interactions. Be mindful of local traditions regarding tipping, bargaining, and personal space. Avoid making loud noises or drawing excessive attention to yourself in public places. Your behavior reflects not only on you, but also on your home country. Being a considerate traveler fosters positive experiences for everyone. Respect local environmental practices and avoid littering. When visiting historical sites or natural wonders, follow all guidelines to preserve them for future generations. Be polite and patient when dealing with service staff, even if there are language barriers or delays. Always ask for permission before taking photos of people, especially in more traditional communities. Be aware of local laws, particularly regarding alcohol consumption, public behavior, and drug use, as these can differ significantly from your home country. Support local businesses and artisans to contribute positively to the local economy. By practicing thoughtful international travel etiquette, you enrich your own experience and leave a positive impression on the places you visit, promoting cultural exchange and understanding. Gift-giving etiquette. Gift-giving etiquette varies significantly across cultures and contexts, making thoughtful consideration essential. When giving a gift, the intention behind it is often more important than the monetary value. Choose gifts that are appropriate for the occasion and the recipient's relationship to you. Avoid overly extravagant gifts that might make the recipient feel uncomfortable or obligated. In many cultures, presentation matters. Wrap gifts neatly and consider adding a personal card. Be mindful of cultural taboos regarding certain colors, numbers, or types of gifts. For instance, in some cultures, giving a clock might symbolize limited time, or certain flowers might be associated with funerals. Researching these nuances prevents unintentional offense and ensures your gesture is well received. When receiving a gift, always express sincere gratitude. In some cultures, it is customary to open a gift immediately in front of the giver, while in others, it is polite to set it aside and open it later in private. Observe your host's actions or politely ask if you are unsure. Avoid criticizing the gift or making comparisons to other gifts you've received. A simple, "Thank you, it's lovely," is always appropriate. If you receive a gift that you cannot use or do not like, accept it graciously and find a way to re-gift it discreetly or donate it later. Never ask for a gift or hint at what you would like to receive. The act of giving and receiving should be a joyful exchange, free from expectations or awkwardness. Thoughtful gift-giving strengthens relationships and shows appreciation. Public speaking etiquette. Public speaking etiquette is essential for delivering impactful presentations and engaging your audience effectively. Arrive early to set up your equipment, test your microphone, and familiarize yourself with the speaking area. Dress professionally and appropriately for the occasion, as your appearance contributes to your credibility. Begin your presentation with a polite greeting and a brief introduction of yourself and your topic. Maintain good eye contact with various members of your audience, making them feel included and engaged. Speak clearly at a moderate pace and project your voice so everyone can hear you. Avoid reading directly from notes. Instead, use them as prompts to guide your discussion. Your presence should be confident and approachable. Be mindful of your body language. Stand tall, use natural gestures, and avoid fidgeting or pacing excessively. Engage your audience with questions or interactive elements, but be prepared to manage time effectively. Respect the allotted time for your presentation, concluding promptly to allow for questions and to avoid delaying subsequent speakers. During the Q&A session, listen carefully to questions. Repeat them if necessary for clarity, and provide concise, respectful answers. If you don't know an answer, it's better to admit it and offer to follow up than to guess. Thank your audience for their attention and questions at the end. Effective public speaking etiquette leaves a lasting positive impression and ensures your message is well received. Event and party etiquette. Attending events and parties with proper etiquette ensures a pleasant experience for both guests and hosts. Always RSVP by the requested date, whether you can attend or not, as this helps the host with planning. Arrive on time or a few minutes after the official start time for a party, but never too late. If you're bringing a guest, ensure you have cleared it with the host beforehand. Offer to bring a small host gift, such as a bottle of wine, flowers, or a dessert, as a gesture of appreciation. Dress appropriately for the event's formality. If unsure, it's better to be slightly overdressed. These initial steps set a positive tone for your attendance. Once at the event, greet your host warmly and thank them for the invitation. Mingle and engage in polite conversation with other guests, avoiding monopolizing anyone's time. Be mindful of your alcohol consumption. Drink responsibly and know your limits. Avoid discussing controversial topics or engaging in gossip. If food is served buffet style, take only what you can eat and avoid overfilling your plate. Offer to help the host if they seem overwhelmed, but respect their wishes if they decline. Before leaving, thank your host again for their hospitality. Follow up with a thank you note or message within a day or two. Thoughtful party etiquette contributes to a memorable and enjoyable experience for everyone involved. Personal grooming and hygiene. Personal grooming and hygiene are fundamental aspects of etiquette, reflecting self-respect and consideration for others. Maintaining good personal hygiene involves regular bathing, using deodorant, and ensuring your hair is clean and neatly styled. Keep your nails clean and trimmed. Oral hygiene is crucial. Brush and floss daily, and use mouthwash to ensure fresh breath. A pleasant appearance contributes significantly to making a positive first impression in both social and professional settings. It demonstrates attention to detail and a commitment to presenting your best self. Neglecting personal hygiene can be off-putting to others and may convey a lack of professionalism or care. These habits are foundational to respectful interaction. Choose appropriate attire that is clean, wrinkle-free, and fits well. While not strictly hygiene, it is part of presenting a polished image. Be mindful of strong scents, whether from perfume, cologne, or body odor, as they can be overwhelming or irritating to others. Opt for subtle fragrances or none at all, especially in professional environments. If you have a beard or mustache, ensure it is neatly trimmed and well-groomed. For women, makeup should be applied tastefully and not excessively. Regularly check your appearance throughout the day for any adjustments needed. Good personal grooming and hygiene are not just about aesthetics. They are about showing respect for yourself and those around you, contributing to a comfortable and pleasant environment for everyone. Sustaining etiquette for life. Sustaining etiquette throughout your life is an ongoing journey of learning, adapting, and practicing. Etiquette is not a static set of rules, but a dynamic concept that evolves with societal changes and technological advancements. Continuously observe social cues, read widely, and remain open to new cultural norms and practices. Seek feedback from trusted friends or mentors on your social interactions to identify areas for improvement. Regularly reflect on your own behavior and its impact on others. This self-awareness is crucial for personal growth and refinement. Embrace the mindset that there is always something new to learn about respectful and considerate conduct. Lifelong learning ensures your manners remain relevant and effective in an ever-changing world. The ultimate goal of etiquette is to foster genuine connections and harmonious relationships. It moves beyond mere rule-following to embody a deeper sense of empathy, respect, and kindness. Integrate the foundational principles of etiquette, respect, consideration, honesty, and humility into your daily life, making them second nature. Practice these principles consistently in all your interactions, whether with family, friends, colleagues, or strangers. Be a role model for good manners, inspiring others through your own conduct. Remember that true elegance comes from within, radiating through your actions and words. By sustaining etiquette for life, you not only enhance your own well-being and success, but also contribute to a more civil, compassionate, and connected society for everyone.